Hey everyone. I am coming on live tonight because this is my answer night. Me for questions and to answer you, or for you all to ask me questions and for me to answer you. So I will say that I don't even want to say MS has given me a run for my money. I just want to say things have been a little different for me lately. As you hear, my voice has not come back. At one time, it was really bad. Like I couldn't talk. And if I would have talked to you all on here, you would have begged me to stop talking. So I stayed off, which wasn't really like me. And I've been on a couple of times, quite a few times, in the past week and a half. And people have asked where I've been. Well, ironically, I thought that I was sick because I had a cough and I'm almost done with my antibiotic. I have one left to take tonight and I don't have a cough anymore. But I do still have this this voice that won't seem to come back. So, let me explain what's going on. I did some research and found out that there is a way that MS can mess with your vocal cords. Who knew? And you all know me and what I talk about on here, which is just having to fight and having to have that grit because usually I come on my channel, my YouTube channel, which is Miss Grace Glamour and Grit, the Miss standing for MS. And then I also come on my Facebook channel or my Facebook page, which is Awareness Month for MS. And let's talk a little bit about grit. So when it comes to grit, you already know with MS, you just have to there are things you have to decide you're going to put up with because it will come on you at all these different times and it's not warning you, it's not giving you any warning. The voice thing was no warning. In fact, I didn't even have a clue. I had no clue. Hi, Rebecca. I had no clue at all. How are you? um I was just about to say that I had no clue that MS could mess with my vocal cords or that muscle in my throat. I actually thought that it was a cold because I had a cough. I had a cough for a long time. But as I said, I am on my last antibiotic and I actually do not have a cough anymore. But what is staying with me is the throat thing or the voice thing. So I think I've come to the conclusion that I can't hide or try to spare people's ears my voice. I am just going to have to reinvent myself and believe that everything happens for a reason, and if it doesn't happen for a reason, it will come and go as MS does. It comes and goes. But I can honestly say I was thrown for a little while. I couldn't speak. I couldn't even get sound out for a little while. It's been Tuesday will be 3 weeks. So it's been a little while. A week into it, no, 2 weeks into it, I could get sound out. And it was okay. It didn't sound bad at all. But nowadays I am realizing that just like you have to kind of let things run its course with multiple sclerosis, you can either let it take you down or you can not let it take you down. And there are a lot of things with MS where I know that I'm like, I feel really weird walking around people with my drop foot, or I feel really weird having to deal with, you know, shaky hands at time or being shaky. The voice thing threw me because it's not really something to be embarrassed of. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to take it for what it is. And it just is what it is. And as an aside, I would like to say that there are several celebrities that have multiple sclerosis. One I'm thinking of is Selma Blair. And when she was first diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I believe one of her symptoms was something having to do with her vocal cords, and her voice was really shaky. For a while. I heard it for a while in her. So that was the other thing that I had to tell myself and ask myself and say, Roxanne, is it really that big of a deal? Get back out there and do what you love doing and get back out there and start spreading some information about multiple sclerosis, about mental health, and start talking about the things that you talk about on this page. So, when it comes to MS, grace, glamour, and grit, remember you have to have as much grit. Like when I would show you guys I love going out, I love being part of a crowd or doing things out there, traveling, seeing my friends, being part of different groups. Well, that took a lot of grit. And and then I could spread my grace and then I could spread some glamour. But it first took a lot of grit. And this is a symptom that by far it's not hard to have to deal with this symptom. It's just is what it is, and it will always be, or MS will always be what MS is. And that is something that brings all these different symptoms around. But we are going to deal with it. So I usually jump on here on Sundays, although I think I've been off the past couple of Sundays. And I've told you why. But if there are any questions pertaining to MS, um, any multiple sclerosis questions or mental health questions, or just any questions in general, please feel free to ask and talk to me. I don't see the regulars on here, and I've been on here and there. So I've caught up with a couple of them. But I just want to jump on and tell you guys that I will be coming on again, and you'll be hearing a lot of things that I have available to you all, just to make some mental health things easier and some MS things easier. So we have some things coming down the pipeline. I love being here to talk to you all, and I hope you continue to join me. I'm going to stay on for a couple more minutes just in case anybody has any questions pertaining to MS or to mental health, or just any questions having to do with anything else. So, if I did not say my name is Roxanne Marion. I actually thought about that when I was explaining something else. I was like, I don't think you said your name, Roxanne. Hey, Barbara, how are you? It's been a while. I was just explaining, Barbara, listen to my voice. My voice never came back. Never came back. And I did a little research and found out that MS can mess with your vocal cords. Who knew? Would have never known. So I had to kind of bite the bullet and stop feeling like I was saving people's eardrums from hearing my voice and just get back out there. I was like, okay, I miss everybody I talked to about MS and symptoms and letting them know about the different things that MS has in store and not to take it so hard because we all have lived with it. Yes, I had no idea. And I was just saying, Selma Blair is an actress who has multiple sclerosis. And early on, when she was diagnosed, I noticed that her voice was really shaky, but I had to look it up and I realized that actually has something to do with the vocal cords. MS messes with the vocal cords. I tell you, this illness, this illness will make you surprised. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Barbara said that I'm still beautiful inside and out. And I thank her for that because, we all need to hear that. And I have to admit I was a little I didn't even think I liked my voice that much before, but apparently I did because I was like, "Hey, what's going on? Is it not going to come back?" and the cough is gone, but the voice never came back. So I will say that I will look forward to when it comes back. We know that MS does what it does. It might mess with you one way, and then a week later, it'll be gone. So I'll just wait for it. So I am so glad that I jumped on. I'm so glad to see you, Barbara, and thank you, Rebecca, also for commenting, letting me know that you're on. Um, I am not going to keep you all much longer. I just wanted to jump on and be here for anybody who had any questions. My eyes look like really tired. I will say this, as life changes you, and we know MS changes a lot of things, but life changes all of us as we go in years and we get older and we learn new things. I have i have actually been taking a coaching class through Mel Robbins, and it has been phenomenal. The turnaround I have seen in my attitude and what I expect of myself and out of life, and how much attitude has a lot to do with our expectations and what we do. And I just want to say that I think that even my expectations and the thoughts that I have about MS have changed in the way I take things on, even getting back on. I could see that's a difference. But I also see that I've been going to bed earlier. And you said it's 2 a. Oh, it's 2 a.m. there in Scotland. You can never sleep. That is awful. Let me tell you, Barbara, my friend she told me about these. And it's the brand name is Olly. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's OLLY. It's melatonin. I kid you not. MS does something with us with insomnia. Yes, it is an MS thing. Sleeping, it is a MS thing, and it causes a lot of insomnia. And then you need to sleep in order to keep away the other symptoms, but then the insomnia is there, and then you can't sleep. But this is melatonin. I kid you not. I took this and I slept like a baby. These are gummies, and she told me, she said, take two, and then if you can't go to sleep, you could probably take a third. And there has been one night or maybe two nights since I've got this, I've had to take maybe three. slept like a baby. I slept like a baby and woke up just fine in the morning, like awake and ready to go, ready to work or do whatever it was that I had to do. I am not I'm not a spokesperson for them. They don't know me. I don't even know how to say their name, Fergus, Olly. But I will tell you, this stuff works so well. And I had gone and bought melatonin from the store, and it was one that dissolved on my tongue. And it was only because Amazon had said it was going to take 2 weeks to get this, which it didn't. But I took the other one and it did not help me go to sleep nearly as much as this. So I actually take it at night regardless, regardless of whether or not I feel tired or not. I go ahead and take it just to make sure that I'm going to fall asleep. And I've learned to set my sleep timer, which I've never had to do before because, like you, usually I'm up. I'm up, I'm just awake. And I'll just watch TV all night. But I have actually, because of not setting the sleep timer, I have gotten up and it's been in the middle of the night. I've been like, why's my TV on? So I set my sleep timer now because of because of this. Um, yes, yes, you need this. I'm telling you, it wonderful. And even though my eyes look like this and they look like they're so ready to go to sleep, and I probably am because I've been averaging going to bed around 9 lately, I will still take at least one of these just to make sure I doze off to sleep and that I'm not up until 11 because once I'm watching TV, I'm telling you, I'm watching TV, I might get in a show and just lose time. So it's easier just to have something that will make me go to sleep. So it was so nice to see you again, Barbara. I am actually going to go ahead and jump off here because I have the littles with me. Or they're not with me, they're out there with their parents. But if they knew that I was on, they'd be like, Auntie, I want to say hi. And I'm always like, no. So yes, I hope you do find them on eBay again. And for anybody else who's watching, if you're having a hard time sleeping, melatonin, I've always been told is really good. I had a friend tell me like 2 weeks ago about this stuff, Olly, and it's their gummies. I went right to sleep. They're 5 milligram gummies. So it was wonderful. It was so awesome seeing you again, my friend. I cannot wait to see you again. I will come back on probably regularly now. Have an itch in my throat, which might also be it because, like I said, I don't have a cold, but I'm ready to go and get popping again. So I will see you guys soon, and you have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.